Hi, John Dwyer here, and congratulations. Welcome to membership of Wow Central. If you're here, then it means you're a member. Look, I thought what I would do in this very short video is just give you some hints on how to get the best value out of your Wow Central membership. Okay, so now you're a member, I want to make sure that you get the most value you possibly can. You'll see underneath this video there are two panels. One of those panels is titled Wow Marketing Categories, and the other panel is titled Business Types. Now let me just tell you how both of those work. If you click on the Wow Marketing Categories, and if you don't mind, I've got a bit of paper in my hands just to help me run through this. If you click on that panel that says Wow Marketing Categories, up will come a menu. On another page, of course, on another page you'll have a menu that will have a whole host of options for you. So for example, it'll show you can click on these sorts of options. Be the expert, there's an option of learning how to do copywriting, there's an option of how to design a marketing plan, how to hold events, how to create joint ventures with the media, how to create media releases, how to stimulate repetitive trade, signage, TV ads, radio ads, how to create a wow factor, VIP cards, all sorts of things, okay? So they're wow marketing categories. In other words, they are communication categories that make up really the whole raft of marketing opportunities for your business. Now what happens is that when you do go through that page and you see all those menus, you can click on any one of those and then that'll take you to another page. So for example, let's just say you want to learn more about how to put together a brochure and you want to swipe a lot of the sort of brochure ideas that I've put together over the years. So you click brochures, okay? That will take you to another page which will have a short video explanation at the top of that page from me on how you should be putting together your brochures, and I'll talk about the headlines and I'll talk about the importance of storytelling and I'll talk about where you should be putting your company name and logo and all that sort of stuff. And then underneath that explanatory video, in terms of coaching you how to produce a brochure or how to get the best results out of producing the right brochure, I should say, you will have a whole host of brochure samples underneath that. So there might be a brochure sample for a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, an architect, a dentist, a builder, you name it. All sorts of brochures that I've been doing over decades, okay? And underneath each one of those brochures, you'll see there's a little audio file where you can click on that and I might give you a 60-second or 120-second explanation of why I produced the brochure to that particular design. So I don't think you could ever complain that we don't give you a completely full, comprehensive opportunity to learn how to put the best brochure together. And of course the other thing is you've got the opportunity to just swipe my layouts and swipe my copy if you want. I mean, that's what this is all about. It's a gigantic library that you can swipe anything from. So that's how that works. Very, very simple. When you click the Wow Marketing Categories panel just below me here, then you'll go through that system. Now, if you click the other panel, which is titled Business Types, then as it suggests, you will find that a whole bunch of business types will come up. And I've got this bit of paper in front of me again, and I probably don't need to refer to it at that point, but things like butchers and car dealers, conveyancers and dentists and education and health and hospitality and insurance and pest services and photography and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's a whole host of business types there, and you can look for your business type, and should you find it, hopefully you will, you click on that, and that'll take you through to a whole host of marketing executions that I've done for those industries, okay, or that industry. So say, for example, you're a photographer and you think, well, I'd love to see what sort of things JD has done with his wow factor mantra for photographers. So you click the business type photography and that'll take you through to whatever I've done for photographers over the years, whether it's radio ads or whether it's TV ads or whether it's brochures or direct mail campaigns and so forth, okay? So, and by the way, please, look, if your business doesn't happen to be on the business types list, don't fret, okay? The whole idea of becoming a member of Wow Central is that even if you are an obscure business, you're very, very unique. You do kneecap surgery, okay? If I haven't done anything for that particular industry, don't despair. The whole idea is for you to surf through this Wow Central website and take ideas from other industries. I'm telling you, the reason that I've been able to be paid a reasonable fee from some very big companies over the years is because not that I've had necessarily an experience in their industry, okay, although I have had experience in most, but let's just say I worked for someone who I had not had experience in that industry. They wanted me to provide marketing advice to them because I was bringing ideas from other industries. Now, I've got to tell you, when I was looking after the Greater Building Society for a dozen years, their marketing, I had not consulted to a bank before that. I hadn't. But the great thing for the Greater Building Society was that I brought the experience and ideas and lots of stimulation from a whole host of other industries into their business. And that's why they became the unbank. In other words, the unusual bank, unlike anyone else, because I was giving them ideas that no other person would be able to provide to them if they'd been sitting around with banks all their life, okay? So that's pretty much it. There's no need to go through much further. Choose either one of these panels, or obviously choose both of them over time, but you know, you might like to, probably the best thing for you to do in the first instance, I think, is probably click on the WOW Marketing Categories panel and just get a feel for that. Surf around, have a whole lot of fun in looking up, you know, all sorts of things in there. And look, I just want to again highlight to you, thank you for becoming a member of WOW Central. You will not regret it. As you can see already, just if you've got to this point of the video, there's a whole host of stuff in here that is going to allow you to hopefully create marketing plans for your business that will make your opposition invisible. Thanks again for becoming a member.